road, because the allocation that we're getting, we cannot even do a complete road in a district. We had areas with recreation grounds, play parks, 21 within the region of Princestown. We had several agriculture access roads that was done under the People's Partnership government in the region of the Princestown Corporation, which a lot fall in the Maruga-Tablan constituency. Today, I want to let you know, in the Princestown Corporation, we normally use, there's a heading under location 628, where we normally do these agriculture access roads. Ladies and gentlemen, this financial year, our allocation was $200,000. And you know what? The projects that we did last financial year, the contractors was not paid because they did not release the money. So when we get that $200,000 this year, we have to pay the contractors from last year, so we have not a single project to do for the farmers in the region of Princestown. But I can guarantee you, you made a mistake in the last general election and you removed the People's Partnership from Maruga-Tablan. But you know what? You realized that mistake within 1 year. And in the last local election, you give the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa the mandate at the regional corporation when we take back 2 seats in the Maruga-Tablan constituency. It means that we have some hopes, because yet you all ensure that the Princestown Regional Corporation remains to be a UNC-run corporation. And with the little funding that we're getting, we are still able to do a lot of work, because you know what? Being a UNC-controlled corporation, we know how to spend money. So the little money that we get in, it have barakat. It multiplying, and we are able to do much more than what you're seeing in some corporation. We know the PNM will not admit that it will be one of the best run corporation because it's a UNC run corporation, but we will work with what we have. And you, the people of this area, have 2 very hard-working councillors, Councillor Rafi Mohammed and Councillor Joseph Laurent, and we will work with them, and we will work with the activists, the supporters, to ensure that the Princestown Regional Corporation do its part to ensure that the Maruga-Tablan constituency returns to the People's Partnership under the leadership of the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa, because we know for a fact that she have the ability. She have proven herself for the last 5 years when she was Prime Minister of this country. We had seen her performance, so we don't have to wonder when she come what she will do. She have a plan, and she had demonstrated performance before, so we know what to expect when she return to government, ladies and gentlemen. The councillors of this area is Councillor Laurent and Councillor Rafi in this Maruga area, on this end where we have this meeting tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to assure you that the Princestown Corporation will work with every single person to make sure that the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa return as the Prime Minister of this country. The support that we have, I want to thank tonight the 2 members of Parliament who are advising us at the Regional Corporation, the MP for Princestown, Mr. Barry Pararat, the MP for Naparima, Mr. Rodney Charles, who is working together with the councillors who are advising us and who are making sure that this corporation be a corporation where you will see no corruption. You will see a corporation of delivery, a corporation of togetherness, a corporation of unity, because we will make the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa proud. Our only hope is to see the United National Congress returns to government. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a task ahead. We have to work together. And the only way we could do that Just how we support our leader, we have to support our members of parliament, we have to support the chairman of the regional corporation, and together we aspire, together we achieve, we will return to government. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Muruga Tableland, you could do better than that. All that the chairman said is the truth. Come on, no funding for projects. Budgets is suffering. It's through the direction of this chairman, who has been a sitting councillor for 15 years, we are able to survive in this economic time. I could tell you as a sitting councillor, when my budget is called and I cannot meet the demands, how hard it is. And I'm about to bring a next councillor who will attest that surviving as a young councillor in this time, it is extremely hard. Sometimes they call and we don't know how to tell them that, hey, we are getting releases. We can't do anything. But we have the drive and the will because we represent in a party that born to serve, that we know what service to the people because our leader taught us a mantra, serve the people, serve the people. So we don't know how to say no, but we are driven to deliver. And I'm bringing on your councillor, young like myself, Councillor Joseph Laurent. Let me hear. Muruga Tableland. He's a member of the Princestown Central Lions Club. He's studying events management and he's a holder of the HSC degree. Hence, he's always safe in all his projects.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. The Honorable Political Leader of the United National Congress, Opposition Leader, Mrs. Kamala Persad-Bissessar, SC, Members of Parliament, Senators, NATEX members, Chairman of the Princestown Regional Corporation, Chairman Gori Riptering, Members of Council of the Princestown Regional Corporation, Members of the media, my UNC family. Muruga Tableland, good evening. Two and a half years of this PNM government, and what? What next, ladies and gentlemen? What next? Unemployment. On my walks through my electoral district, all I see is potential without opportunities. My MP, Mr. MP, where are the jobs that were promised? What are the hundreds of CPEP workers who are now jobless and whose families have children to mind? What about the Muruga Port, Mr. MB? What is coming since Trinidad and Tobago became a republic? The truth, surely that the promise never materialized. Now, they're telling fishermen that they are changed in the original design. Hopefully, we really get something going. Flood. 4 floods. What next? Could you imagine 4 floods and nothing done to our major water courses? 4 floods and this wicked PNM playing pick-a-pan to assist affected families who lost thousands of dollars worth of household items. 4 floods and water not flowing just like the ferry to Tobago. My brothers and sisters, water. Last year I stood on this very sad stage and there was the same water issue as Councillor Michelle Benjamin stated concerning the issues that we are arising at. Imagine 2018 and we still have to beg for a steady water supply. Tonight I ask you water suppliers and even the customers as well to make sure and ask for your rebate because you know what? It makes no sense paying for a service that you never receive. 2018 and pond water is still better than Wassa water. Could you imagine? Because when it flows, it looks like cocoa tea without milk, especially in these trying times. 2018 and my electors are challenged with no truck-bound water due to no releases of funds by this wicked PNM government to this Princestown Regional Corporation, ladies and gentlemen. Projects, 2.5 years of what? What have you done for the constituency of Muruga Tableland, Mr. MP? What have you done with the exception of fixing the Muruga Road, creating additional potholes? Closing the NEC program at the Muruga Secondary School and promising the people of John Joe in Marak water connection. Ladies and gentlemen, only promises never materialize. On another note, Mr. MP, the play park in Bastia Recreation Grounds, which you are claiming, take that. The bleacher in Platonic, take that. The upgrade to the Muruga sub-office and the Muruga beach facility, take that. The box drain in Orput South Trace, Midland Trace, Nanan Trace, Harara Trace in Penal Rock Road, Ramkalia Branch Trace, Stral Estate Road in Laloon, Blachacha Trace, Edward Trace, Larafin, Lansmitha. You can take that, Mr. MP. Lighting repairs, take that. You know why, Mr. Francis? You're claiming projects that you never had any input in. A true example of a PNM failure. According to one processor in Penal Road, L for Lovell, L for lie. Remember, Mr. MP, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all of the people all of the time. The ground is shaking and your expiration date is soon. Question, what have you done for Muruga, Mr. MP? Today I call on you, just like your Prime Minister, Mr. MP, to meet me on the pavement where performance beat all talk. Ladies and gentlemen, together we are moving forward with our political leader and the next Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Mrs. Kamla Persad-Bissessar. Because as you can see, she has the experience, she has the political savvy, she has the vision and the plan to move this country forward. The UNC is the only alternative to this wicked PNM government. I am UNC and I'm proud. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
That is performance, ladies and gentlemen. I would just like to recognize the members of parliament that are with us this evening. MP Rodney Charles, Senator Khadija Amin, Senator Tahaka Obika, and MP Barry Padarat. Ladies and gentlemen, the PNM feel that they could frustrate us. Do you know where they have our MPs this evening? In the parliament. Parliament normally sits on a Friday, but they know tonight is Monday night forum, so they call parliament to try to frustrate us. But we must tell them that we are stronger than this. Look at this massive crowd tonight. Next, I would like to introduce a former educator. He was one of the best MPs for Muruga Tableland. He was responsible for the Kanhai Presbyterian School and the New Grand Presbyterian School. He even paved this road that we drive on to reach here. Please introduce, give a Muruga Tableland welcome, and say you miss Clifton Dikoto.
Thank you. Thank you, Saddam, our visionary political leader, and the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Kamla Persad-Bissessar, senators, members of parliament, my NATEC colleagues, my colleagues from the Princeton Regional Corporation. Never in my wildest dream I would have to take off my gun and come here again. I thought I'd really pack up on that. So in taking off my guns, and I want to say thanks to the people of the constituency of Muruga Tableland who would have supported me during our best years, 2010 to 2015. I want to extend my personal thanks to those people who would have embraced my good self and the political leader and came into this party and are still in the party. Tonight, you would have heard two of those young people. The young man who just left, Joseph Laurent, that is one of the persons who came, and in him I'm proud. And Michelle, put your hands together for those two young people. My brothers and sisters, those who are walking around now would realize Moruga Tableland constituency is not an easy constituency. It is a microcosm of Trinidad and Tobago. The diversity is there in religion, in ethnicity, in everything. And we have to thank our political leader, Kamla Prasad Bisesa, for that vision of keeping people together. And she is going to do it, and Moruga Tableland will be back in government. My brothers and sisters, our political leader and the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, she has what you call the Midas touch. Whatever she touches turns into something valuable. But the opposite of the Midas touch, they just spell the word otherwise. They say the Sadim touch. Whatever that person touches is a blight, and that is the present. I don't know. But there is also, and those reporters, you can research it, there is also the Murphy's touch. They say, you know, with Murphy's law, what is to go wrong will go wrong. But the Murphy's touch, whatever you touch turns into gobar. And I'm wondering, but you know, today I'm not going to talk about what we did when we were in government. I mean, we were a paradise. And people just believed they would have gotten more on the other side. Today they come and they say, oh God, Brother Koto, we're sorry. Tell Tanti Kamla, we want she back. We want back Kamla. We want back Kamla. My brothers and sisters, sometimes I wonder, I was sharing with young Senator Obika someday when we went up to George Village. I say, you know something about this PNM. I wonder if Trinidadians and their supporters are under what they call PSS, the political Stockholm syndrome. They beat you, they brutalize you, and then when your tongue is coming out of your head, they put a little drip of water in it, and it's, oh, my savior. And that is exactly what they are doing to us in Trinidad and Tobago right now. We left a treasury full of money. They suppress it. But listen, Finance Chairman, oh, the end of this year is going to be better. So they're starving you until you're ready to die, and then they're going to lego the money, and they'll say, you know, the man run the country good enough because Kamla and them they thief the money, and they see he get austerity measures. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. But my brothers and sisters, you know, today I witnessed the greatest piece of political absolution. The greatest piece of political absolution. This man put on his clothes, his priest clothes, and he sanitized everybody. He promote this one here, promote the other one here. But my brothers and sisters, great is the UNC, great is Kamla Prasad Bisesa, and we are going to go back into government. Thank you.
Now, the Vice Chair talk about the Midas touch, but in the PNM, it has something called the Darrell touch. In the United National Congress, we love our women. We embrace our women. We protect our women. We do not harass our women. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next person I'm going to bring on the platform, he is no stranger to the region. He is well known in Trinidad and Tobago. He is well known in the Caribbean region. He's a retired county superintendent from the local government ministry. He's currently the president of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board. He's a director on the West Indies Cricket Board, and he is now an alderman in the Princestown Regional Corporation. Give it up for Alderman Azim Basarat.
Thank you very much, Mr. Master of Ceremonies. Political Leader of the United National Congress, Mrs. Kamla Prasad Bisesa, members of NATEC, senators, members of parliament, councillors, coordinators of the Moruga Tablan constituency, Mr. Randy Ramadar Singh, and Ms. Dr. Kurleen Suku. Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome you all to the all UNC faithful to the beautiful constituency of Moruga Tablan. It is so good to see so many of you here this evening as the United National Congress continues to mobilize for its return to governance in Trinidad and Tobago. Special greetings go out to our political leader, Mrs. Kamla Prasad Bisesa, who is on her way here, I'm sure, and we all look forward to another inspirational address from the best Prime Minister this nation has ever seen. The theme tonight, ladies and gentlemen, of this meeting is marrying fresh ideas with solid experience. And those two components are a winning combination which is designed to take the nation out of the status of a failed state which Trinidad and Tobago has become in the space of just 30 months. Brothers and sisters, natural talent abounds throughout the length and breadth of the land in all sports, even right here in Moruga Tablan, where participation and enthusiasm is high for football, cricket, basketball, and netball. And it is a well-known fact that rural districts like Moruga Tablan have historically over the years produced scores of sportsmen and sportswomen who have gone on to excel on the regional and international stage. So it is important for grassroots programs to be introduced with an emphasis on the community, which leads to a strengthening of communal bonds, creates profitable economic activity, ignites passion and pride, and offers an alternative lifestyle to our young people away from the lure of undesirable activities. It was a platform that was created by the UNC administration under Mrs. Kamla Prasad Bisesa, who recognized the role sport played in the development of the nation. And every effort was made to provide a platform for the young, talented young people to reach their fullest potential. The visionary leadership of the political leader, a keen tennis player herself, I understand, established a clear link between the aspirations of the youth and economic development in the short and long term. This formed an important element in the move to diversify the economy and set the stage for an alternate source of revenue for the country through sports tourism. So immediately after coming into office, the UNC launched plans to create world-class facilities to nurture its talent at home, as well as to act as a magnet for overseas sports teams and individuals to train right here in Trinidad and Tobago. The investment in the construction of the tennis center in Tacarigua, the indoor cycling velodrome, and the adjacent aquatic center in Balmain, Couva, made grassroots administrators to continue the great work of identifying and cultivating stars of the future in catchment areas long ignored. Fast forward to what has been happening since the present regime came into office. We have had the shameful spectacle where an Olympic medalist has been forced to take the sports minister to task for what can only be described as disrespect in ignoring legitimate pleas for assistance. There was also the regrettable episode where poor advice was given to the sports minister, ensuring that Trinidad and Tobago missed out on the golden opportunity to host World Cup cricket in Trinidad and Tobago later this year. But I give you the assurance tonight that when the United National Congress is returned to office, not too long from now, a new day will dawn for our sport industry. Our top athletes will no longer have to air their grievances and in public or complain of victimization. We look forward to a brighter day for everyone in the nation when justice, equity, and fairness will once again be introduced into the national discourse by the United National Congress under the caring, charismatic, and compassionate leader, Mrs. Kamla Prasad Bisesa. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
I feel like
Moruga Tablan, I find you're getting a little too quiet. Moruga Tablan cannot be a quiet crowd because we feeling the neglect of this PNM government. So I want you to express it. When we stand up here and we tell you what they're doing, or they shout and say we want them out. Don't just sit down. Moruga Tablan can't be quiet because we feeling it. Are they feeling it? How many youths that have in this crowd are jobless? Are they not feeling it? Who have water in the tank home? Are they not feeling it? Who think in August just now and you're wondering what kind of booklets the teacher is sending? Are they not feeling it? But we have to get them out. So we have to show them this going live. We have to show them we don't want them. So make noise. This is a massive crowd. Let them know that we don't want them. Tonight, I just want to acknowledge we have Dr. Daphne Phillip here with us. We have Dr. Rai Ragbir, who is a member of NATEX. We have Chairman Henry Awong, and we have Senator Haynes that joined us shortly. So, Moruga Tableland, welcome these powerhouses. It is my pleasure to introduce the next speaker. I had the opportunity to work with Ms. Dr. Carleen Suku. Her list of credentials is as long as from Rocha Douglas to Kanhai. I'm telling you, a well-qualified person, our leader only chooses the best to serve. Dr. Carleen Suku is a former advisor in the Ministry of Gender, Youth, and Child Development, as well as advisor in the Ministry of National Diversity and Social Integration. Both ministries were formed under the UNC government, something the PNM never did. Dr. Carleen Suku is appointed an ambassador in the United Nations at large. She's also a member of NATEX, and she is working here with us in Moruga Tableland to get this seat back to the United National Congress, where we will return Kamla Persad Bissessar as the next leader.
Leader of the opposition, or political leader, the Honorable Kamla Persad Bissessar, and all the members of the UNC family and friends, let me hear you! Thank you, members of the constituency of Moruga Tableland, for being here in your numbers tonight. Are you UNC and proud? Are you UNC and proud? Tonight, I want to recognize members from every part of the largest constituency by way of its geographical space, 684 square miles. I acknowledge members from the community of Glood Road, from Tableland, from Gulchan Trace, Laloon, Sulchan, Grand Chamer, St. Mary's Village, and all of Moruga, from the company villages, from Kunjal, Kumuto, Lengwa, Oraput South, and those that I haven't mentioned, welcome. Could the nation see? Come on, somebody. Let the nation hear your voices. I bring greetings from the National Executive of the United National Congress. My name is Dr. Carleen Suku, and I'm presently the research officer. I have worked and have been acquainted with the Moruga Tableland and have worked with the former MP Clifton Dikoto as a technical advisor in 2012. I have worked with most of you over the years, and it has been a pleasure. I've been appointed as one of the coordinators to work with and for the people of Moruga Tableland. Before I proceed further, I want to thank the Honorable Leader of the Opposition, and could we say the next Prime Minister, our political leader, Kamla Persad Bissessar, for this wonderful opportunity. In your presence here, in your numbers, is a testimony of the stewardship of the wonderful and hardworking councillors and aldermen and activists. Could we give it up for them? I've had the pleasure to work with the United National Congress, and I can clearly say that we are serving well. Could somebody lift their hands? Come on. Let me ask you a question. Has the PNM failed you miserably in Moruga Tableland? Has the UNC been good to you? The UNC is the alternative government that is ready to rescue the country at a moment's notice. Can I hear shouting for victory for the United National Congress? The political leader, Kamla Persad-Bissessar, has the experience, the political savvy, the vision, and the plan to make this country a knowledge-driven, a computer-literate, and a socially empowered, prosperous nation. Maruga Tableland can bring together the love that this country needs, the love that exists between our African and Indian brothers and sisters of all colors of the rainbow. The UNC is the alternative government and stands ready to rescue the country at a moment's notice and embraces all red, all yellow, all black, all white. The people are precious in their sight. My brothers and sisters, tonight is the beginning of a brand new awakening in this rural community that was prone to constant flooding. Under the People's Partnership and their remedial works, this area of the constituency can boast no more at that time of flooding after the paving and construction of drains between 2010 and 2015. Do not listen. Do not listen. Do not listen to negative voices and persons with very shallow memories. They will say the UNC has done nothing for us. I worked with the former MP Clifton Dakota as his technical advisor, and I know that one Kanai South Road resident benefited from the progress of the PP government. But frustration and being angry because enough was not done caused a stirring up in what we call couture in this community. Could somebody lift their hands and say, no more couture? My brothers and sisters, enough said about that. Let us not breed Nimakaram. The constituency was one of the neglected constituencies under the former administration. Years of neglect, deterioration, where Maruga Tableland was aptly called the landslip capital. There were approximately 253 landslips. There was a baby landslip. There was a mother landslip. There was a father landslip. There was an uncle landslip. There was a family of landslips. The former PNM administration allowed the whole family to go through. But let me take you back a little bit to memory lane under the People's Partnership. Those slippages were under control. The UNC-led administration stabilized 93 of those landslips. 93 of those landslips were repaired. Could somebody give it up for the United National Congress? My brothers and sisters, when you stabilize a landslip, you concentrate on paving roads. Doesn't that make sense? That's what the UNC did, and they continue to do. You are aware of the deterioration of Maruga Tableland. That didn't take place overnight. Thanks to the vindictive PNM administration. But your PP administration, your UNC administration assured you that as a government, we are here and we are working for you. We continue to care for the people. So I ask you again, has the PNM failed you miserably in Maruga Tableland? Has the UNC been good to you? My brothers and sisters, education is the key. When we educate we children, we educate the nation. Ain't it so? I say to you that the political leader, Kamla Persad-Bissessar, has the experience, has the political savvy, has the vision, has the plan to make this country a knowledge-driven first world nation. My brothers and sisters, The UNC didn't only build schools, stabilize landslips. The UNC built centers in Marak, Hindustan, refurbished Laloon. The UNC built the Maruga police what? What they built? And when I give you the signal, I want you to say lights. Everybody say lights. I say lights. Out of 18 grounds in 2010, 9 was illuminated. So here you're going now. Marak have, Laloon have, Pinal Rock have, Gomez Trace have, Mandingo have, St. Croix have, Kunjal have, Makaway have. My brothers and sisters in the constituency, we had, according to NAMDEFCO statistics, we have 205 bona fide farms. I want all to tell the country, who is the pineapple capital of Trinidad and Tobago? Who is the food basket of this nation? And watch me. As your coordinator tonight, I bring a messenger of hope to you. I say to you, you have been bitten by the PNM once, you have been bitten twice, you have been loved by the UNC and treated as a community. Today I say we will win. Say we will win. Say we will win. Say we will win. Say we will win.
I feel like move any mountain, I trample any building.
That is the power, that is the performance, and that is the intelligence that we have in the United National Congress. Are you fed up of Faris Al-Rawi? Are you fed up of Stuart Young? Are you fed up of Darrell Smith? Are you fed up of Keith Rowley? So are we ready for Kamla Persad-Bissessar to be Prime Minister again? And our leader, she chooses the brightest of the bright. And the next person that I'm going to bring on the microphone, if I have to read out his CV for you, it will take all night. So I'll just like to highlight a few of his accolades. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Physics. He has a Master's of Philosophy in Medical Physics and Bioengineering. He's a PhD student in Energy Studies. He's an international consultant on renewable energy. He was the former head of physics and worked for the Queen of England. But now he is here to work for our Queen, Kamla Persad-Bissessar. Give it up for Randy Ramadasinghe.
Good afternoon all. Good evening. Honorable political leader of the United National Congress, Kamla Persad-Bissessar, SC MP, UNC family and friends. Good evening, Maruga Tableland. I am so happy to see you here in your numbers. All this past week from walkabouts in Cats Hill, breaking the borders of the glorious pineapple fields of George Village, across into Tableland, down into Lengua, traversing Indian Walk, down into the lush hills and valleys of Barrackpore, moving south into the Penal Rock Road and continuing through the lush forests and plains of Maruga, stopping at Laloon, La Ruffin and Marak. The sun has shone brilliantly as the soldiers of the UNC have been on the ground. The sun shone so brilliantly, it was almost as if heralding a new beginning for this area. It was so bright that we almost forgot the dark days after September 2015, when the lights were dimmed on us, when panic and anguish, hurt and despair ran through this beautiful and bountiful area. You see, we knew then, as we are sure now, that the beginning of the end had come to pass. The bitter harvest had begun. We knew then that crime would start to escalate, that children may very well go hungry, jobs would be lost, gait would be limited, and essential health and education deprived from us. But what we know is that our leaders did not abandon us. We know that our Member of Parliament, Clifton Dekoto, stood with us, stood strong with us, and was there for us. We also knew that our political leader, Kamla Persad-Bissessar, stood by us, guiding, counseling, leading, and continuing the fight. And our hope was renewed again when the local government election came around in 2016. Despite this area being punished by a lack of resources, despite the agents of negativity and derision, we came together. We beat the PNM in the Moruga district, Councillor Joseph Laurent. We beat them in 5th Company, Councillor Rafi Mohammed. And we beat them in Hindustan St. Mary's with Councillor Michelle Benjamin, taking the seats and claiming the Princestown Regional Corporation under the excellent Chairman Gauri Rupnarayan here. That is the strength of our people, and that is the strength of Moruga Tableland. You see, our leader has said to us, go out there, meet the people, speak to the people, and serve the people. And only one leader in our land could have held 3 portfolios at the same time. First female Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Chairman of the CARICOM, and Chairman of the Commonwealth, all at the same time. And that is the leadership that we have in the United National Congress. It is undeniable that our leaders' stellar performances in Parliament have recently been nothing short of outstanding. In Parliament recently, her budget response, tens of thousands of people were locked on as she demolished the PNM. Braving floods herself, she went to every single area affected, personally delivering food and water, clothes to the vulnerable, and chose the people, not the morning shows. You see, for her, a child to go to bed hungry and thirsty on a wet bed or floor was unacceptable. She activated a disaster response plan, and every single councillor, MP, senator, activist was on the ground in Barrackpore, was on the ground in Penal Debe, in Siparia, in the east, in the north. Where there was flood, she went there with the people. When we say united, when we say national, and when we say Congress, the only person in this country who has the vision, the intelligence, and the qualifications to lead this country back to where we before is the Honorable Kamla Persad-Bissessar. Soldiers of the United National Congress, tonight the political leader is sounding the battle call. She will lead the troops once more for a brighter tomorrow. And what we do now, we arm you with the knowledge, with the years of experience, and the bright sparks of new ideas. We arm you with the tools of compassion, integrity, and generosity. We arm you with the promise that with hope and unity, that we will once more make Moruga Tableland the brightest beacon on the southern seaboard.